All right, AJ Dybantsa balls out against Pacific. Let's check out his highlights, and we'll get to his stats here in a second. I do have it muted, or NCAA is taking me to prison. AJ with the blow by. I do like that move. He doesn't so much love to get to his left hand, so it's good to see that strong lefty finish on that particular play. Goes left again to the pull up, and just follows his own miss and gets the rebound. AJ loves the mid post game. He has a good mid range shot. Seen him on this one trying to get off the dribble to his shot. He's still kind of working on getting better at that. But as far as getting to his followaways from the mid post, he's really impressive with his mid post game. Here's an example right here. Boom, just steps right into the middle and just nails that midi. He'll hit that shot all game long, honestly, from either side. That's one of his go-to moves. He loves to step right in there, get the 2 feet in the paint, and pull up right around the free throw line. I don't think it was a foul personally, but it's kind of how players just learning to fall down on their jump shot. It's unfortunate. It's such a beautiful jumper. The Tracy McGrady comparisons, I've heard those, and I think that's a pretty fair comparison. Boom, I think he kicks out a little bit. I don't think the defender was really in his landing space with the fall away, but like I was saying, these offensive players, they just learn to fall down on their jump shot. Whether you agree with the call or not, they know they may get foul calls that way, so I can't really blame them, honestly. Just a little kick ahead from his boy for the easy dunk. Takes off of his right foot, but he's just so damn tall it works out for him. Swing to AJ, attacks left. There it is on that one. He looks just like SGA. You saw him try to take that shot earlier on this one. It works out, though. Just gets the shoulder bump. Boom, goes to the step back. Knocks it down. That play looked exactly like Shai Gilgeous. Just a replay of that pull-up three he had. It's a sick pass to the corner. Knocks down the corner three again. I like this one. Blows up to the left. Beautiful little Euro step. AJ 6'9", he has an over 7-foot wingspan, so if you see, if we pause it right here on this play, she kind of lulls the defender to sleep. He thinks he's going to make the pass, of course. If you see over here, just all room on this side of the court, it's pretty much cleared out, and AJ just explodes and attacks to the left. And that Euro step's nasty as well. Euro step to his right foot, took off the right foot, and still finished with the right hand, so that's a really tough finish. AJ rips that little white boy, comes up, and just the nasty windmill dunk. Am I impressed with AJ ripping this little white boy? I'm really not. Pacific isn't a good team, but you play who's in front of you, and AJ rips that man. That man's probably going to be an accountant someday, but it's important to manage your money responsibly, so he can help us do that at some point in our lives. It is against Pacific, so, a smaller school. One thing, when the game was starting, it was in the first quarter, the announcer says Pacific blew out their last opponent by 35 points, and BYU blew out Riverside by 47 points. And he was saying, so both of these teams can score. He's trying to hype up the matchup. I was like, bro, Pacific cannot score against BYU. But again, you play who's in front of you. Let's move it on. AJ has the 23 points. He does have the 3 steals, 2 assists, and the 10 rebounds. So uses his length well. He can be a bit of a double-double threat, I guess, coming into the NBA. I'm not looking for him to be a very strong rebounder. He'll kind of be a secondary rebounder, but he can do that on certain nights with him being 6'9". If you need rebounding help, he can do that. The 23 points, he's 6 for 8 from the free throw line, so he shoots 75% from the free throw, which isn't too great. We'll get to his season numbers here in a second, see how that looks. Past 5 games, he's just been really bad from 3. His 3-point shot, y'all saw it in the video, it looks nice. He has a decent stroke, so I think he will be able to develop it and get better than it is right now. Again, the shot looks good, but just not very effective right now. The past 5 games, he's made 4 threes, and he's taken, 4 out of 13. So 4 threes and 13 attempts. Again, not great, but something for him to work on. He's not like a spot-up shooter by any means. His main thing right now in his game, he wants to get into the mid-post. He wants to get to some of those fallaways like we had seen, and when he's at the NBA level, that should be effective for him. He should be able to attack some mismatches, whatever team he gets on. If they use him correctly, they'll be able to get him a switch. Once a smaller defender is switched out on him, they can get him into the mid-post and get him to some of those turnaround jumpers. And those shots will go in at the NBA level as long as he has kind of a smaller defender to shoot over. Then we'll see how effective he is against some of these stronger defensive players. People will say AJ can only ball out against smaller schools, and he has done that a lot, but it's just not true because he did play Clemson on December 9th. They won by 3 points. Clemson is a really tough school, and AJ scored 28 points against Clemson on 53% from the field. So he can play against higher levels of competition. It's not like he can't do it, but I just want to see him play more big schools. We'll see it later in the year so we can better evaluate him. It's hard to evaluate college prospects when they're just playing a lot of these smaller schools like AJ is. But he's 8 for 14 in this game, 57% from the field. Again, 1 for 5 from 3. He can definitely work on the 3 ball. And then 6 for 8 from the free throw line. Past 3 games, he shot 10, 9, and 8 free throws. So that's good to see him being aggressive and getting to the free throw line. Once he starts getting that mid-post position in the NBA and he shoots a couple of those turnarounds, right shoulder, left shoulder, he can shoot them either way. Once he knocks down 3 or 4 of those in a game, he'll be able to turn over the shoulder, hit the pump fake. Someone's going to bite on that pump fake. Then he'll be able to hit an up and under, draw the foul, and try to get the and one. And that's kind of the next thing for AJ. He's really raw in all areas of the game. If I have to pick one spot in the game that he's best at, it's going to be his mid-post. His mid-post game is really polished, for a person his age, and he can still get better at the mid-post game as well. So once he makes it to the NBA, like I was saying, I expect them to try to use him in that mid-post area, and then once teams start seeing that this guy is a legit scorer, I think he will be a pretty legit scorer in his rookie year even, and once teams start seeing that, they're going to have to send the double team his way. They're going to have to actually contest those jumpers. Then, like I said, pump fake, up and under, pump fake, draw foul, try to get the and ones. I think he'll be pretty effective as a scorer, as a rookie, just with all the size he has and with his skill set. But he's playing about 30.5 minutes per game so far in his rookie year at BYU. He's 55% from the field, so he's really efficient from the field. He's 32% from 3. It's really bad. He's only shooting 2.5 attempts per game, so if he was shooting like 6 or 7 threes per game and he was shooting 32%, it still wouldn't be bad, but I'd have more to look forward to. I guess more reasons to believe he's going to improve his 3 ball. I think he will improve it, but for example, Cameron Boozer, I want to say Cameron Boozer's taking 5 or 6 threes per game, and Boozer's shooting like 37, 38% from 3 per game. So Cameron Boozer, he has a better 3 ball than AJ. I think AJ's better in the mid post right now. Cameron Boozer's, of course, better in the low post. I haven't seen Cameron Boozer really show off a mid post game where he gets to turn around jumpers and things like that from the mid post area, but he's just so strong and dominant down low that he doesn't really have to do that. But so far in the season, after this game, AJ's 21 points, 1.3 steals, 3 assists, 7 rebounds. He's 74% from the free throw line, about 7 attempts per game, so that's good to see. He's pretty effective at getting to the free throw line. 74%, it's not great, but it's not bad. I anticipate him working on that and getting better at his free throw attempts, getting better at his 3 ball as well. But again, he's 21 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, the 1 steal. His efficiency is very good. He's playing against smaller schools, so that's what makes it kind of tough. But his numbers are comparable to Cameron Boozer. His numbers are comparable to Darryn Peterson. I think Darryn Peterson and Cameron Boozer, I always say I think they're going to be better in the NBA from day one. They may have a better rookie year than AJ does. They may have a better first 2 years than AJ. But by the time those guys are all done with their 3rd season in the NBA, I could definitely see us talking about AJ as the best player out of those 3 prospects. It just depends on how he develops and how close to his ceiling he's able to get, because I think AJ just has a really, really high ceiling, and I think he's going to be a really legit scorer at the NBA level. I've heard the T-Mac comparisons. I've heard Pascal Siakam comparisons as well, and I think those are good comparisons for AJ. I'm just really excited to see what he's able to do once he plays against some of these bigger schools. The Clemson game was really fun to watch. So I want to see, as the season goes on, we'll see him play some bigger schools. Once the tournament starts, it'll be really fun to watch him play against some of those other NBA draft prospects. But please like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 7 million subscribers. Let me know what you think about AJ so far. We'll see y'all next time. Peace out.